Are you also part of the 99% of players who stopped playing Diablo 4? Here are 20 reasons I think it might be time we give this game another chance. Reason 1. There are 5 new farmable endgame bosses, and they all have specific loot tables, so you can finally target farm the unique items you're looking for. 2. They buffed experience massively throughout the game, so you'll reach level 100 many days faster than you would at launch. 3. Your horse, aka mount, is much better. It doesn't get stuck as much, and you can now run straight through those annoying barricades. 4. They improved the city layouts. Basically, your stash is now everywhere, so you don't need to run back and forth just to do your little errands. Speaking of your stash, it has 25% more space in it, aka one more tab than at launch, and it can be searched and filtered to find what item you're looking for. Out of all the reasons in this entire list, besides maybe the last one, this next one is in my opinion the best change to D4 so far. The damage and defense calculations have been completely overhauled. The meta has been shaken up. Pretty much all builds are now viable in their own way. You no longer need to focus on crit and vulnerable damage in order to feel strong. And now armor only protects you from physical damage because resistances are officially fixed. 7. If you've collected renown before, you never ever have to do it again. 8. Tree of Whispers have a purpose now. It leads to an endgame boss, and the cash rewards you get are so much better. 9. There's been some big class updates. Even previously useless skills like Incinerate are now strong. Plus, things like minions for Necro are very buffed. 10. Hell Tides is improved with monster density and quality of life, like specific map icons for the different chests depending on the item type. And doing Hell Tide now also has a new purpose. It leads to one of the new bosses. 11. Enemies crowd control has been nerfed a lot. You won't get chain stunned to death all the time like before. Nightmare dungeons also have a lot more density, better map design, less annoying objectives like saving prisoners and carrying boxes. And the frustrating dungeon effects that would randomly kill you have been redesigned to not suck so much. You also get way more Paragon Glyph experience for completing the dungeon. And you can now teleport inside the Nightmare Dungeon from anywhere in the world, saving travel time and loading screens. 13. The world boss frequency has doubled and drops a lot more now. Legion events are also better, harder, and you get more experience for completing it, and they also happen more frequently. 15. This one's big. Managing your inventory is no longer a headache because of these 3 reasons. You no longer pick up gems from monsters that take up space. You only craft them when you need them. White, blue, and lower level rare items are automatically salvaged when they drop. So you just get the materials immediately from killing the monsters instead. And items can now be marked as favorites. Some well-needed quality of life changes right there. 16. Your Paragon is cheaper to refund than it was at launch. There's new Paragon glyphs, and the weak nodes from before have been buffed, so you have more options available. And as of end of October, you'll be able to refund your whole board with one button. Gone are the days of clicking 200 plus nodes one by one. 17. Not only are there a lot of new legendary aspects and unique items, but they literally buffed every unique that was already in the game. So all uniques are much better and more interesting now. And the uber unique items that were unobtainable at launch can now be farmed by killing the hardest new boss, Uber Duriel. So we all have some insane endgame items to chase. I'm gonna get that Shaco even if it's the last thing I do. There is no better time to play Diablo than at the beginning of a season. October 17, the community will be active, everyone starts at 0, there are over 20 insane vampire powers that will buff your character a ridiculous amount. There's a new quest line and world events, basically a lot of things to do. And hey, the developers themselves said that Diablo 4 is the type of game to be enjoyed in short bursts, like 1-2 weeks at a time. And then you take a break until you come back again. And now, reason number 20 to reinstall Diablo 4. Target dummies are coming at the end of October, so you can actually test your build and DPS to finally make informed decisions on your gear, skills, Paragon, stuff like that. I think this is a game changer. Look, Diablo 4 is far away from being at the top of the mountain, but I think this game has finally made it to base camp.